Good morning, Double R Radio. Ow! Okay, September the 1st, 2021. Getting ready to go live here. It's in about 10 seconds. Let me get some energy, some energía. There we go. Oh, man, coffee's hitting home. It really, really is. Need my coffee. Get stuff. Here we go. There we go, Mr. Bobby Pulido, La Rosa. Good morning, Double R Radio. Here we are, Wednesday morning, Hub Day Wednesday, September the 1st, 2021. Before anything else, let me get serious here for a minute, and I want to wish my mother, who passed away a little over a month ago, happy birthday, September the 1st. You know, it's just um, very, very difficult. You know, just very, very difficult. You know, you don't think about, your loved ones passing away until they pass away, and then when they do, you just think about so many things you wish you would have done different, so many things, you could have changed, so many things that like you wish you could crawl into a picture and go back to that time with that person and things like that. Really, man, just like I said, love my mom with all my heart. I miss her. I'm gonna miss her. You know, I'm still going through the heartaches and the pains of her just passing away. And sometimes I find myself to where I'm gonna call mom, see what she's doing, and things like that. And then I stop myself, and that's probably gonna happen for the rest of my life. To where I'm gonna want to communicate with her, call her, whatever the case may be, and it's just incredible. It's just unreal, And my mom was 90 years old when she passed away, and I've always told people 90 years old, that is a good life. That is a very, very good life, But regardless, when they're your loved ones, friends, etc., it's too soon. You want them to be here forever, But still, like I said, that's a good life. That's a full life, 90 years old. But like I said, regardless, I think to myself that was too soon. You want them to be here forever. Mom, I love you with all my heart, and I know you're in a better place. Okay, love you, Mom. Happy birthday. There we go. Good morning, shout out. Good out to my primo, Roger Rivas, who says, good morning, primo. Happy birthday, tia. Rest in peace. Good morning, primo. I want to thank my primo also for attending my mom's services the way he did. I thank you, primo, so very, very much. Means the world to me. It does. Now, okay, here we go. That being said, let's go ahead and talk here a little bit. Let's do some new stuff, and we'll take it from there. Let me tell you this also. Before I get started with the new stuff, I want to give a big shout out to, there we go. Hopefully I get the name right. A big shout out going out to Mr. Ernie Soto, who always posts some kind of a comment or something on my YouTube videos. And wanted to give him a big good morning shout out to Mr. Ernie Soto from Wilmington, Pennsylvania. Do I have that right? Wilmington, PS, Pennsylvania? He sent me a message because we were talking about brisket sandwiches, and he was saying, hey, man, send me a sandwich. Talking about it. He goes, making my mouth water. He goes, lots of laughs. And please, on the brisket sandwich, no roaches, por favor. Hey, man, no extra charge for that, brother. There we go. So anyways, good morning, shout out going out to Mr. Ernie Sato. There we go. Let's talk here a little bit. Let's see what's going on out here in this crazy world. Check this out. New York City. An owner surrendered his pet cougar kept in his New York City apartment. A pet cougar in New York City in an apartment. You would figure, I mean, first off, to have a pet cougar is one thing, but even more so in an apartment? Maybe if you had a ranch or something like that, so be it. But inside an apartment, a pet cougar? That's crazy. Ow! Coffee's kicking home. It really, really is. Now, let's see here what else is going on. Boom, 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 boom. Um, Okay, we're gonna go back over here. I got some stuff here, man. I know I found a couple of things here. Here we go. Now check this out. Crazy story. A raw chicken ended up on the Seattle airport's baggage carousel. You know when you get off of the airplane and you got to go get your luggage and they got that little carousel, you're waiting for your luggage, and the luggage is going around, and then you pick the one that's yours, pull it out, and you're gone, right? Well, in Seattle, as people were waiting for their luggage, and their luggage started going around in that carousel, everybody's looking for the luggage. Somehow, somewhere along the way, a raw chicken ended up on the carousel. Who in the hell did that? Sounds like something I would try and do, try to get away with. But hey, man, I'm not that daring, not anymore. I was very daring back in the 70s and the 80s. Very daring. Now, mellowed out, man. I leave that to my grandbabies. They can be daring all they want. So there we go. A raw chicken ended up on Seattle's airport's carousel. Crazy stuff. Now, let's see here. What else is going on? Cows are being airlifted from the Swiss Alps via helicopter. Uh, Cows with injuries or pregnancies preventing them from making their annual trip through the Swiss Alps are being helped out by helicopters. Can you imagine a helicopter showing up, the cows going, hey, what the hell? And they put a wrapper underneath the belly of the cow, and since they're pregnant or they're sick and they can't make the trip up the hills, well, now they got the helicopters lifting up the cows and going and taking them where they got to go. Talk about a joyride, right? Well, anyways, it's once the helicopter lands and leaves the cow there, it's time to collect. They tell the cow, 250, let's go, rock, come on, vámonos. Azota, there we go. So anyways, cows being airlifted. So look, if you're in Switzerland and you see a cow in the air, that's what's going on. By the way, do you know what you call a cow with no legs? Ground beef. Now? Gotcha. Okay, now, let's see here. Let's see what I got to say. Good morning, John. I got the Double R Radio sponsor, Cindy Martinez Hernandez, San Antonio, Texas. Good morning, también Mercy Perez. He said, good morning, Robert. Good morning, Mercy. Buenos dias. Leroy Lujan. He said, good morning, Carnal. Smoke hitting us here in southern Colorado from fires in California. That's right. There's a whole mess of fires going on in California. Can you imagine the smoke that is hitting them from California all the way to Colorado? Leroy, actually, it may not be from California, Leroy. I'm smoking a brisket out here in my patio, dude. It might be the smoke from my smoker over here near my patio. It might be going all the way to Colorado. It might be that. You might want to double check on that smoke right there. There you go. Good morning, Chad. I got to Santa Barbara, California, Mr. Very own Pepe Marquez de la Casa. Good morning, brother. Now, I was talking about this earlier. Now, I have lived in San Antonio my entire life, and ask me how many times I've gone to the Alamo. I think once that I remember. Remember the Alamo? Well, anyways, and for some reason yesterday I got intrigued about the Alamo and decided to do some research on it, on our very own Alamo. And I was finding out things about the Alamo that I never knew existed. Now, I will say this. Let me say this before anything else. Me doing the Uber thing, I pick up a lot of tourists. And along with that, I pick up a lot of employees that work around the Alamo Plaza. A lot of restaurants, River Walk, a lot of stuff by the Alamo, along the Alamo. Now, that being said, I cannot tell you how many employees that work around the Alamo that claim that their stores are haunted. Pretty much everybody I pick up, they have stories of their stores that are haunted. Things move, things appear and stuff like that. But really, it makes sense. How many people died in front of the Alamo? Think about it. There's a whole mess of people that died in front of the Alamo. A lot of souls that are there. So if places, restaurants, bars, amusement parks, whatever, hotels claim to be haunted, it shouldn't be surprising. Now, what I'm going to do right now, I'm going to give you all some fun facts about the Alamo that you may not know. Now, first things first, let me give you all some, I don't want to give you the boring stuff. Now, check this out. Did y'all know that the Alamo was about to be abandoned before the battle? They were going to abandon it, saying, nah, we don't need this place. Let's get out of here. There's too many Mexicanos over there. But no, they stuck it out and they said, we can do this. We can win. which they didn't, but it was about to be abandoned. The battle would have never happened if they would have left. Now, uh, now, the Texas resistance at the Alamo was led by William B. Travis. There we go. I couldn't figure that out yet. I said, who was the main guy? Who was the colonel? Who was taking care of business? It was William B. Travis. Now, the Texans held the Alamo for 13 days till the final assault on March the 3rd. There we go. You're probably going, Robert, I feel like if I'm at school again with this history lesson. Right? Now, when the Mexicanos won the Battle of the Alamo, they killed all Texans involved, and there were only 14 survivors. And pretty much there were kids, a couple of women, a couple of slaves. There we go. A couple of slaves were in there as well. Now, that being said, I was watching the movie The Alamo. Well, I watched it like about 30 years ago, but I was seeing some. You know how on YouTube they'll give you little clips and stuff of movies? Well, I was watching a clip of the Alamo when the Mexican army, they were invading, they were jumping over the walls, coming, through the walls, right, taking over the Alamo. And as I was watching it, I said, wait a minute. And I was looking at it, and I said, that Mexican soldier there, he looks like David Lee Garza. And I said, wait a minute, those guys in back of David Lee, they look like Los Musicales. And then I said, hey, wait, that guy there, he looks like Joe Lopez. Hey, hey. That one over there looks like Marcos Orozco. Heck, they all look like Marcos Orozco. Right? Man, I said, these are Tejano bands. Tejano singers are invading the Alamo. I was like, what's up, hey? That one looks like Michael Salgado. I was like, man, who filmed this movie? Well, anyways, really, man, I do have my plans. I'm going to want to watch this movie this weekend. Couple of beers, couple of shots, and hey, hopefully I'll remember the movie, if not the Alamo. Good stuff. It really, really is. This past weekend I made a brisket, and I'm not one for I don't like eating leftovers. I'm not a leftover kind of a guy, unless it depends what she looks like. But that's another story. But I made brisket this weekend, and my brisket came out excellent. It really, really did. But I had a little bit of leftovers. So yesterday I decided to make leftovers. So what I did, I made myself brisket tacos. 3 brisket tacos. I put some guacamole on the bottom, put a slice of brisket, put some pico de gallo on top. 1, 2, 3 tacos. Yeah, 1, 2, 3. 3 tacos, man, and bam! I'm telling you, man, my brisket came out excellent. Recipe? No, I'm not going to give you my recipe. It's world famous. Not going to do that. But now that I'm getting the holla down on my George Foreman electric grill, which kicks ass, it really, really does, I think in a couple of weeks I'm going to make baby back ribs. That's my next encounter right there. First things first, I got to go out into the country and kill a little javelina before I get my baby back ribs. There used to be a guy when I used to work at the airport. He had a ranch. This is all true. He had a ranch, and what he would do, they would trap javelinas. They had these traps out there in the country, and then he would bring them in and sell them. and one afternoon, one evening, when I was done doing my shift over there, let me see here. I need a little bit more time. When I was out there doing my shift, I came in. I noticed that there was this cage with about 5 or 6 javelinas. They were alive, but they were in the cage, right? And it goes, hey, Robert, do you want to buy a javelina? And I said, well, what am I going to do with that? He goes, oh man, you'll get pork ribs, you'll get ham, you'll get the pork chops, you'll get a lot of meat out of this. How much are they? He goes, they're $20, and then $10 to butcher it. $30, man, you're going to get a whole mess of meat. And I go, I've never considered this. I said, all right. He goes, well, tell me which one you want. And I'm looking at him, and I go, which javelina do I want? Which one's giving me the dirty look? Javelina, cabrón. So I said, I don't know, dude. Pick one for me. I don't want to pick a javelina. Just pick one for me. So he picked one, and about a week later, he brought me my meats. pork chops, ribs, all this stuff, man. And I took it home. This is all true. I took it home. At this time, I was married with my two kids, Robert and Jeanette and Robert. And I told my wife, "Hey, honey, I brought some meats. Make us some pork chops tonight." She goes, "Okay, where'd you get it?" I said, "You don't want to know." Where'd you get it? You don't want to know. Hey, and were they good? They were delicious, but I never did that again. I don't know, I wasn't into it. Good morning, Jada. Good after Michelle Collin. Good morning, Michelle. Leroy Lujan, he said, Cuz Chavo took me to the Alamo. Chavariski. That's right. There we go. Good morning, Jada. Good after Cynthia Gonzalez Ramirez, Houston, Texas. Double R Radio sponsor, Cynthia Gonzalez Ramirez. Good morning, amiga. Diana Cáceres. Buenos dias, Diana. Now, that being said, that's all I gotta say right now. Let's get back to the morning show. You know what? Speaking, like I said, as I started off talking, today is my mom's birthday, and my mom passed away. I lost her about a little over a month ago. I love her with all my heart, and I can't think of a better time than right now to play a special song for my mom. Mom, I love you very, very much, and I miss you so much as well. Good morning, everybody. Here we are. It's the Hump Day Wednesday. Let's get back to the morning show. Join me now, robertrivasradio.com, and click on that media player button. Join me now.